Hey everybody, Lucian Maverick here. I don't know how many of y'all remember, but BuzzFeed came out with this quiz a while back where it was find out how privileged you are. And I decided to take that quiz, and it turns out I'm not. There's a video, I'll try and link it, remember to link it in the description that I took the quiz and I found out no, I am not privileged. I took the privilege quiz. Well, now PBS has decided to make a sexist quiz. Well, I thought since we did the privilege quiz, let's do the sexist quiz. All right, everybody, clench the butt cheeks. We're going in. Oh, yeah, there's a link in the description for this, so if you want to take it yourself, please do. All right. Are You Sexist? Take This Quiz by Laura Senthanam. Oh, wow. This is something that public broadcasting has funded. All right, Laura. I'm sure this is going to be a fair, unbiased, totally reasonable quiz with reasonable questions. I believe that. Okay, overt prejudice against women is hard to miss, but decades of research suggests that subtle sexism can be just as damaging, but often go unnoticed. Dun dun dun. Peter Glick of Lawrence University in Appleton, Wisconsin, and Susan Fisk of Princeton have spent 20 years studying the subject. Okay, blah blah, fucking blah, people. Ooh, apparently sexism comes in two forms: hostile and benevolent. Okay, hostile sexism overtly threatens, intimidates, abuses women. Benevolent describes positive attitudes and actions that men take towards women. Okay, in short, the too long don't read version, good. Hostile sexism represents ideological stick. A benevolent sexism represents the carrot that men use to reinforce the gender status quo. What the fuck is this crap? Okay, let's find out. Let's just get to the fucking quiz. All right, let's see. Many women have a quality of purity that few men possess. Disagree strong. What the fuck does this question mean? A quality of purity? What the hell is that? Yes, I believe that women are angelic angels. Okay, it basically goes from disagree strongly to agree strongly. It runs the gamut. I'm pretty sure all of these questions do. And you know what? I'm going to disagree somewhat. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to disagree strongly. I believe that people suck. I believe women are people, and if men suck, so do women. We all suck. No one is this quality of purity, whatever the fuck that means. So yeah, okay. Women should be cherished and protected by men. Fuck that noise. You should have to live your own life. No one should protect you and cherish you. I mean, if someone's your friend, then you're nice to them. And I believe in treating other people the way you wanted to be treated, the whole golden rule thing. But this idea that women need to be just cherished and treated as angelic creatures is bullshit. So, no, disagree strongly. Screw that. If they want to be treated well, they should treat other people well. I treat other people well because I want to be treated well. It ain't fucking complicated. Women seek to gain power by getting control over men. I'm starting to harken back to this idea like the people who read women's magazines and who listen to the shit in those magazines are other women. And so, more often than not, I find that it isn't, they're not men they're looking to get control over, it's other women. But I'm not going to disagree strongly with this just because are there bitchy women who want to control guys? Sure. But in my experience, more often than not, women power plays are against other women. So disagree somewhat. Okay. Every man ought to have a woman whom he adores. Well, not if you're gay. And I don't think it's like they're supposed to, and some guys don't. Some guys are aromantic. They don't find the idea of romance appealing. I got a cousin who's like this. He recently just figured out that the idea of romantic relationships holds no appeal to him just because he kind of like takes the Varys approach, minus being a eunuch, where he just sees what that kind of attitude gets people and he wants not to be a part of that. He wants to focus on his career. So, this idea that every man ought to have a woman, well, one, if they're gay, no. And some guys just don't. So, I don't believe and I don't believe anyone's owed anything because I get what the whole thing they ought to have this is an implication that they are owed somehow a woman that they are adore. But no, so I'm going to disagree somewhat. Men are incomplete without women. No, there are gay men. There are career men. There are MGTOWs, whatever the fuck their deal is. So no, I'm going to disagree. I want to disagree strongly, but I mean, not all guys. Some guys are because they are like these dudes with nice guy syndrome who believe that they're owed things and that women they're just not complete without a woman to fuck, or they're these sad, lonely beta male types. So I'll disagree somewhat again. Women exaggerate problems they have at work. Oh, come on. This is so a question that you cannot possibly get right. This is such bullshit. But do I think that women exaggerate problems? Yeah, of course they do. I'll agree somewhat. Everyone does, though. When I bitched about people and I was having a bad day, I know I exaggerated the problem. I know that the problem wasn't that big, but the whole reason when I was living with my ex that her and I would tell each other about our problems was so we could have someone who'd listen and someone who cared. So we all do. It isn't just women who do that, men do it too. Once a woman gets a man to commit to her, she usually tries to put him on a tight leash. No, there are relationships where both parties have a lot of autonomy. There are relationships that are dependent, but usually it isn't this idea the woman puts a leash on it. It's just the nature of a relationship. Some guys like to be controlled, either, like sexually, some guys are into that. I've had some fun with that. Or just in like a general way where they kind of like the woman to take charge in a relationship. So do I believe that she usually does? No, there are some women like that, but there are too many women on this planet to generalize that way. So no, I will disagree with this somewhat. When women lose to men in a fair competition, they typically complain about being discriminated against. Not all women, but some, yeah. Oh hell yeah. Not all. But there's the problem. It's all or nothing. There's no spectrum with these people. There are women, and like in modern SJW communities, though all of those women, but I can't agree with this because it's not by saying when women is just basically implying all women. That's ridiculous. So no, I have to disagree, but I'm going to disagree slightly here because there are women who do. But it isn't all. So yeah, your generalizing bullshit question is bullshit. When women get a kick out of many women get a kick out of teasing men by seeming sexually available and then refusing male advances. I don't know. See, they needed a middle option here, like a neutral option. I Because without a neutral option, this really is just so biased and there's an answer either because if I agree, they're going to instantly, no matter even if I agree slightly, which I honestly don't. I think that most people just tend to do their own thing. Do I believe there are some women who do? Of course there are. That song that Joseph Buckley did a video about the chick who just wants her guy to like quit his job and come home and bang her. Yeah, there are women like that. But do I believe it's many? No, no, I don't. I don't know. Maybe it's more, maybe my perspective is limited. This is anecdotal, but no, I am going to disagree slightly. Women, compared to men, tend to have superior moral sensibility. Fuck no. Remember what I said about people sucking and how women are people? Yep. Men should be willing to sacrifice their own well being in order to provide financially for women in their lives. Nope. We live in the 21st century, bitch. Get a job. Feminists are making unreasonable demands of men. Oh, fuck yeah. Well, okay, let me preface this. Modern third wave, this third wave bullshit of how men hate women, this Milo Stewart kind of mentality. That we hate all women, that we have these secret misogynistic thoughts. Of course, that's bullshit. Yeah, so modern third wave, but okay, you don't specify that either. So I can't agree strongly, even though if you were to say third wave feminisms are making unreasonable demands of men, then my answer would be fuck yes. But you don't make that distinction, so agree somewhat. What is your gender identity? Male. Duh. Mm. Please identify your age range. Oh boy, I have to be honest with you all. This sucks. 18 to 34. I'm closer to 34 than I am to 18. Do you live in the United States? Yes. If yes, please select your state. None of your fucking business. Alright, fine, fuck it. I'll say Alaska. I grew up with Sarah Palin. What is your highest level of education that you've attained? Bachelor's degree or more? Please identify your household income. Less than 30,000. I'm one of the poor college grads. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's answer. Your score. Oh man, wow. Hostile sexism describes behavior that overtly threatens, intimidates, or abuses women. What? Wow, apparently I'm so much more hostile than the typical man. Wow. Benevolent sexism perpetuates gender-based prejudice more subtly, feeding the notion that wonderful but weak women need to help and need men to help and protect them, and ultimately justifies gender inequality. Well, here I am infinitely below the rest. Well, everybody, did you get that? Apparently, I'm a really hostile bastard. Yeah, because your biased fucking quiz, which is so blatantly unfair and rigged towards answers that you can't get right, fuck this noise. And I get the feeling whatever you pick on that spectrum only falls into one of these two categories. Either you're benevolently sexist or you're hostilely sexist. But because there's no neutral middle ground, there is no central space. Fuck this noise. Well, that was fun. Now you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm apparently horribly hostile and horribly sexist. Whatever, man. If you like this video, please give it a like. Sub to my channel if you have a mind to. I hope to see you all again. My name is Lucian Maverick. Peace out. May Garage be praised.